welcome to the Pelvic Power Podcast. My name is Penny, and I am the host of this lovely space. I am a pelvic floor yoga teacher who teaches people with pelvic pain how to use movement, breathwork, and body awareness to ease and manage their pain while living a pleasurable life. In this space, we'll be talking about all things taboo because we love it, and how to support your lovely pelvis and your lovely self on this journey that you are on. I'm very happy that you are here, and I hope that you enjoy this episode. Hello. Welcome back to another episode of the Pelvic Power Podcast. I'm very happy that you are here. As always, thank you for tuning in. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about my lichen sclerosus journey and what I'm doing for my lichen sclerosus right now, because this is one of the frequently asked questions that I get. Have you ever been in remission with your lichen sclerosus? And remission can look different from person to person. I find that when people ask me, have you ever been in remission? They want like a definitive answer of like, yes, I have been in remission for like X amount of months or years or whatever, but that's not the case for me. I'm still out here. I am doing the good work to support my body. And I look at as remission, I don't know if I would say that I've ever been in remission. I've had a couple of days where I have been in quote unquote remission, where I haven't had any lichen sclerosus tear. But then it comes back. And also the thing about lichen sclerosus, everyone's different. So we all have different symptoms of lichen sclerosus. So some of us get tearing, some of us get itching, pain with sex, that's it. But I am one of those people that I walk around with tears. So I tear a lot, but I get no itching. So when people ask me, have you ever been in remission? I feel like they might be looking for something else. That may be the thing, that they're looking for something for them specifically. And I think the journey with lichen sclerosus, it's so individualized, what we're going through and what works for us. So with this episode, I want to preference by saying, take what resonates, leave the rest, as always. And just because someone tells you, you need to do this, you need to cut out the food, you need to borax soak, whatever, that does not, maybe not apply to you. And I don't like to tell people, do this, except for when they come to me and they say, I have pelvic pain. Then I will say, go see a pelvic physio. That's basically the one thing that I can think of on the top of my head where I would say, do this. When it comes to lichen sclerosus, which is so individualized, I give people suggestions of things that they can do, but I would never tell anyone, you need to cut out gluten, you need to cut out dairy, you need to do this, this, and this, and this. This is also one of the reasons why I'm not a part of any Facebook groups, because I find that the fear of living with lichen sclerosus, it kind of feasts in those groups. And that's not a vibe that I want to live with. Sure, I live with lichen sclerosus. Sure, I get tearing. Sure, I'm in pain almost every single day. But I have a way of looking at my condition that maybe a lot of people don't resonate with. And I want to feel really good. I don't want to sit in the yucky feelings and let that drag me down even further. I'm not saying toxic positivity here. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm doing what feels good to me. So I will have days where I am super upset about living with lichen sclerosus, where I get tearing, where I can't wear a certain type of pant or whatever. But I'm trying to support my body in a way that works for me. And for me, that is not the Facebook groups. Because there's so much, do this, don't do that, you need to do this. I don't like that. I don't like when people telling me what I need to do, to be honest. So I am out here. I'm gonna give you what I do for my lichen sclerosus, and maybe that will inspire something in you. Maybe you want to try it out. Maybe you want to see if it works for you. If it doesn't, at least you tried. You never know. One thing I will never try, even though people swear by it, It's probably, I'm saying this now, borax soak. I will not try it because it doesn't resonate with me. And a lot of people might be like, oh, why wouldn't you try it? Because there are other things out there that are working for me. And I'm okay with not soaking in borax. I'm okay with that. And even though I continue to tear, I feel like there are other ways that I can actually support my body that feels in more alignment with me. Think what you think what you want to think about that, but that's just me. So today I'm sharing a little list with you of things that I do for myself to support my lichen sclerosus on my journey. So here we go. Welcome. I'm very happy that you are here. So first off, I like to be naked, okay? That's just me as a person as well. But I find that with lichen sclerosus, I have lived with lichen sclerosus my entire adult life. That's just something that I do. That is something that I do. And I like being naked. I like summertime. You can walk around with a long dress. If it's not summer, I live in freaking Canada. It's cold as fuck here. You can't really walk around in a dress without underwear underneath, but I do that at home because it's still cold inside, so I can't walk around naked, even though I live on the 13th floor and I am quite often naked in here. Sometimes it's cold. I put on my long skirts. I walk commando as much as possible because I like the way that my vulva feels. It's also very, very breezy in the summer. It's very breezy. So that is one thing that I do for myself. I walk around commando a lot. I sleep naked. I saw this TikTok a while back. They were like, you cannot sleep naked, like you're farting and then you're lying in your own poop particles. By the way, I don't know why, but I like saying poop particle. I think it's a funny thing to say. But and I was like, that may be true, but I don't know. I don't know if it's true. I actually don't know if it's true. Maybe I'm lying my own poop particles, but I don't fucking care. Okay? I sleep commando because it feels good. I've always slept commando because my vulva likes it. And also when I'm using my treatment, so I am on steroid ointment right now, which I have been for years. I put on my steroid ointment in the evening. If I put on my treatment and then put on pants, that's just gonna irritate the fuck out of my LS. So if you're feeling like, oh, I'm using my steroid ointment, but it doesn't feel good, do it in the evening, put it on, and then actually be commando. Or just lie down for a little bit for 30 minutes, read a book, watch a TV show for 30 minutes after you put it on. Maybe you need to get up earlier if you need to put it on twice a day, but put it on. Don't put any clothing item on so that the area can actually breathe and that your the steroid ointment actually gets absorbed instead of just getting, mucked around in your underwear, just switching around, switching around in your underwear. Because for me, I find that when I put the steroid ointment on, I put on clothing and I'm walking around, my Ellis gets really, really fucking annoyed by this. And we do not like that. So that is another thing. Put on the steroid ointment, sleep naked. That's what I do. I love it. It's the best. So I'm on steroid ointment. Another thing that I'm actually doing for the first time, I am seeing a dermatologist for my LS. This is actually the first time that I'm doing this. I'm seeing them in about 2 weeks. And I'm doing this because my gynecologist suggested it. We've been doing a bunch of different treatments. If you have been with me on this journey since I started the podcast, you know that I've used the steroid ointment. I've been on other ointments. I've been on second degree. Is that what you would call it? Like the gold standard is the steroid ointment, and then the second gold standard. I've tried that, didn't work. I've done steroid injections. That worked for a couple days, but then it was kind of like it just fizzled out and my tearing came back. So now I'm actually seeing a dermatologist. So that's another thing that I'm doing in the direction where I'm going. Because the plan is also, if you've been around for a while, you know that I really, really, really want to pop my clit. Yes, I know it sounds weird, but that's what I want to do. And yes, I'm putting this on the podcast right now. That's all I'm going to put here. If you want to hear the rest of that story, go onto my Patreon. But so that is what I'm doing right now. I'm seeing a dermatologist. I will keep you updated, see how that goes as well. And of course, what I do before I put on my steroid ointment, I have like a whole routine of me putting on my steroid ointment. Of course, I soak or I have a bath right before I put on my steroid ointment. So I take a bath 3 times a week because I put on my steroid ointment 3 times a week. That's what my gynecologist wants me to do. That is me specifically. You might be different. And I take my little bath time because the absorption of the steroid ointment increases when we take those beautiful little soaks, which we know by now. So I hope that you are also soaking before you put on your steroid ointment. Another thing that you can do, that I do, moisturize. This is one thing if people reach out to me and they're saying that something's like not working with their LS. Either, no, I tell them the first question is, do you moisturize? I moisturize too. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But one moisturizer that I just started using is from Iris. I started using it about 3 weeks ago, and I really like this moisturizer. It has jojoba, it has vitamin E, and the word that I cannot say, hyaluronic acid in it. And we put hyaluronic acid on our face. So why wouldn't it go on our beautiful little vulva? Because it's skin. So I'm trying that one out right now. I'm really enjoying that one. I have a discount code for that brand, so I will put that discount code in the notes in case you want to check them out. They also have a lubricant. I haven't used the lubricant yet, but I will. I'm gonna try it out. I just, haven't been intimate with anyone in a while, so I am using my toys. Maybe I should try that with my toys. Yes, I most definitely will. When I am not walking around naked, I also do naked yoga. I know that my students that are with me online, they know that I'm a huge fan of this. Not that I would ever host a class where I myself am naked, but if you live with lichen sclerosus, this is something that I recommend. Because sometimes that could be a hurdle just putting on your pants. And I know I record online yoga classes, and one of the things that kind of makes me go like, oops, sometimes I don't really want to, is that I have to put on fucking pants. So do yoga naked. Also, to me, this is a great way to just connect a bit more with your body. Because many of us, maybe we don't feel like we like our bodies that much. And you are not the only one. You are not the only one. For me, it's been very healing doing yoga naked because it just makes me connect with my body in a different way as well and love my body and appreciate my body because it is a beautiful body and we all have beautiful bodies. But sometimes we might not feel that ourselves. So that's another recommendation for you there. But when I'm not naked, when I am wearing underwear, I am very specific about the underwear that I like to wear. I'm very specific about the texture. I don't like those, if I say the what do you call it? The seamless underwear. They have like a specific fabric. I don't know what the fabric is, but that fabric absolutely fucking sucks for my LS. Like it's so bad. Like it's so bad for my LS. My LS gets so annoyed with that. And yes, I'm very specific about what I like to wear. I have found my favorite underwear brand, which is Hoo Ha. I love Hoo Ha. I can even wear their thongs because they're just so breathable. I love them. And I haven't been able to wear a thong in years because of my surgeries. But now I love this brand and it's so good. So if you haven't tried them out, try a Hoo Ha as well. I'm like giving you a list of things that you can do today or that you can try. But Hoo Ha's are really, really good as well. I love them and I have a lot of my followers. Many of my followers like them too. Another one thing that I recommend. Reading smut. Yeah, it might sound a little bit weird, but I'm pretty sure that my LS heals when the juices are flowing. When I'm horny, my LS is like, yay, let's go. It's the same thing when I'm having sex. If I'm with someone and, okay, let's say I'm dating someone, we're about to, we're making out, it feels good. Maybe I had a tear during the day. As soon as I start to get wet down there, my LS is like, okay, I'm actually liking this. Like it doesn't hurt. It's super weird. So that's why I'm like, when it comes to sex, so, sure, some days I'm just like, I can't today. I can't today. But most of the time, even if I feel like my Ellis is not happy with me, Most of the time I can actually have sex without any pain. It's super fucking weird. I know. And but reading smart really helps with my LS. And this is something that I heard from my followers too. There's many people that feel the same way. I was talking to someone, I was like, yeah, I feel like me being horny is like healing for my LS. And this person was like, I wish there was a study for this so we could actually like back it up. I'm like, yeah, me too, but there isn't. So we're just going to use ourselves as studies because that's what we're here for. So that is reading smart, one of my favorite things to do. I like to do it in the bath, double the power, double the healing. Also, if you're feeling brave, you can also masturbate before you put on your steroid. Said this before. You can put that in there too if you want to. Because I also feel like just touch in general for your LS. I don't really know how to explain it. This is where I feel why I feel like my LS is so complicated because I can have a tear, but I like to massage the area because it feels better for me. And this is just me with my tearing. It might be different for someone else. If you have itch or anything like that, touching might not be for you. But when I'm touching the area, it makes it feel a lot better. And then we also have what I have been diving into a lot more recently, slowing down. Slow the fuck down. Because sometimes I feel like my LS gets so worked up when I'm stressed. I was gonna go climbing the other day and I was running late. Keep in mind, I was gonna go climbing. I was wearing tights. I wear tights a lot because I'm a yoga teacher. And most of the time, I'm actually fine with that. But I was stressing over there. I was walking so fast because I was running late and I could feel my LS was just like, what the fuck? I'm so like I was in so much pain. The tearing wasn't good. And I was like, what am I doing? Like I'm gonna be climbing in tights. Like I don't know if I can do that today. I don't know if I can. It didn't hit me until the end of the night that I did not feel my tear once while I was climbing. It was when I was stressing to the event. And I actually posted this on my TikTok, and someone was like, oh, you might be disassociating with your vulva. That may be the case, but I could still feel the area. It was just that my tearing wasn't there. Like it's so it's so interesting to me that I could be stressing about something and then I feel the tears, and then the moment I start to focus on like having fun, laughing with friends, enjoying my life, my LS is not so prominent. So I think there's different reasons for that because pleasure in life, this is the same as pleasure, bodily pleasure. When you're experiencing that, it kind of diminishes the sensors of pain. I think that there's so many different ways to look at it, and I don't really know how to put words into it right now. To be honest, this is the first time I'm speaking English today. My brain is a little bit on the slower side because I'm the day before my period. So, but when I start to think about it like that, it's just so interesting and so how amazing the body is. The body is so freaking amazing, and I think that we forget this a lot. And this is also something that I like to take with me when I'm going through a tear. My body's amazing, my body's strong, my